Right then guys, how are we doing? Okay. We've had an extremely busy time again, haven't we? We've been absolutely flat out. Busy couple of years, I think. But it just never stops. We never know what day it is. But anyway, it's been a couple of weeks now since our live event, which we all enjoyed very much. And so did, it would appear, 15,000 other people, which is what it's all about. So today, the three of us are just going to have a little bit of a walk around and just show you what's coming up for our September auction. October's almost full as well, so if you've got something for us, then don't hang around. We're getting consigned really quickly nowadays. 6 weeks in advance, 8 weeks in advance, so be sure. But the main reason I thought we maybe ought to start round right now, yard at the very back here is, as you just pointed out, Father, or spotted, was the couple of commercial vehicles. Yeah, you've lost count how many of them you sold.
Yeah, I saw them. It's an Isuzu, isn't it?
Basically, yeah.
I saw them come in the other week, and I thought, wow, didn't ever think I'd see two like that again. Because down in Bedford, there at Quest, we used to sell them really well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Go out my way to try and find them. They were just fabulous trucks. Mainly
KBs,
Isuzu, which is basically what that is.
Bedford KBs, you were.
Yeah, KBs, yeah, which were really, they were actually, the chassis plate actually said Isuzu.
Did it?
On a KB, yeah. And,
column change. Column change.
Yeah,
I can remember being column.
Yeah, most of them were, yeah. And then of course the little Datsuns, little 1-ton Datsuns, and I mean they were just massive workhorses. They were just fantastic. They were everywhere. I can't think what we've got now. We haven't got much of this.
Do you know what we haven't?
Now, have we?
I thought the other day, you don't want a great big full-size four-wheel drive crew cab pickup, but it'd be really handy to have a little, little knockabout pickup, like the Hyundai Ponies used to be, like the Subaru Brats used to be.
Yes.
There isn't anything filling that void. Not really.
Everyone's gone double cab now, haven't they?
They've all gone loop, haven't they? There's not that little run around type pickup anymore, is there?
They're all 4x4s.
Yes.
And I think there's an opening, and there will be a little truck that's over in Japan or somewhere, and that could be imported, and I think it would do really good business, because
there is an opening.
Even the little Skodas that we used to sell, the little
forums, they were good, weren't they?
Forums. I mean, they were brilliant little motors, weren't they? But I mean, builders,
that's a lovely truck. That's a very good example, but that's a lovely truck.
Yeah.
That one's coming down and looking at, is that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone wanted one to carry a cement mixer and half a ton of ballast, didn't they?
Brilliant little trucks.
You're never going to find them.
Builder truck, farm truck. I suppose the farm boys are all four-wheel drive.
They pushed it four-wheel drive for obvious reasons, but
the builders boys is tow more with four-wheel drive, can't you? So,
but just for a general hack knockabout, been absolutely brilliant. Do we just want to have a quick look at this Volvo? Because this Volvo's nice, isn't it?
It is. It's a little bit of work in the passenger door shop.
Is there? Right, okay.
But no, as far as F86s go, go and find another one this afternoon.
Yeah,
just open that passenger door there on that instep, look.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So generally, a little bit of paint imperfection.
This one's that bit there doing,
Just a bit there. Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic, but too expensive, aren't they?
Starts on the bottom.
Yes, that's the trouble. Not this one in particular, but in general, they are too expensive, and that's why they don't sell.
Yeah, they've settled though, haven't they? We could say the same thing about Land Rovers and Fords, couldn't we? They were too expensive, but they've settled down now, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
They have settled, and too, that's a handy trailer as well. You could get a living in accommodation pod on that, couldn't you? And something else on
a pod on there, and a tractor on the back,
exactly,
or a little truck on the back, don't you?
Yeah.
And you're living on there.
I heard you fire it up today. Sounds as sweet as.
Oh, it sounds lovely. It's a bit smoky on start up, but other than that, lovely. Feels lovely. I backed it in here. Lovely.
It's the one truck that murdered the British commercial industry. Just killed it stone dead. Once you drove one of these, apparently you didn't want to get back into a Foden.
Never go back, would you?
No.
No, just killed it.
Even now, it feels light, nimble, lovely.
Yeah.
Does the job.
Yeah, it can get gears.
What will that be? 32-ton gross, won't it?
I think it will be, to be fair. Then I haven't looked at the plates. No.
But inside there's a car that I want to show you that, of course, is exceptional.
As usual, guys, we've got a bit of all sorts. We sort of find ourselves saying yes to all sorts because we've got all sorts of customers, really, with all sorts of budgets. So you've got to try and cater for everyone. So we have some entry level. We don't want to alienate that customer base, of course we don't. So we've got some entry level cars, and then we've got some high end cars.
Well, two cars here that, I mean, just because I'm just looking just here. Obviously the Estelle, which is an amazing car.
I know.
And we think we've got another one coming in, or one owner, one of them coming in. Not in that condition, I don't suppose, but it would be honest and genuine. But that is just an amazing car, and there's still a big following for them, or even more so, I suppose. That one there, so that surprised me. Obviously, the S is lovely. I mean, we ran them as kids, didn't we? And couldn't afford to run them any kids anymore, could you? But the F-Type, which is an early one, which is 58 or something on that sort of line, and the fact that an F-Type is here is a novelty. The fact that it's in that condition is absolutely amazing. Lovely car, beautiful thing. I mean, they were just built to rot. Even the chrome, I mean, there's so much of it and it all rotted at the same time, so you wound up with a car full of rotten chrome. And I remember, as I say, exhaust falling off while you were at school. You go to school and the exhaust sat there, and you walk past a bloke's house of evening time when you come home from school, and the exhaust on the floor. They were just rot boxes. Apparently they were made out of Polish steel, apparently.
Not selling it at this point.
Well, I have this one because it's just absolutely fantastic, isn't it? I mean, look at it. I mean, if you want an F-Type, an early F-Type particularly, I mean, it's got to be the car for you, isn't it? I mean, you can honestly say to people, if we were still retailing, you could honestly say to a man that come and see this car, we'll go and find another one then. Go and find another one like that. You know, see you in 20 years' time. You won't be able to go home, just keep going for 20 years.
And when he comes back in, he'll be limping with his knee.
He'll be limping with his knee because he'd get knocked it every time he got into the rotten thing. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But they drove lovely, you know. They really did drive nice. They drove...
Didn't hit the knee on the way in.
well, you had to be steady with your knee. But they drove like a modern car, you know, compared to what was on the road in 1958. We were having this conversation earlier.
Is that what sold him, you think, the drive?
Oh, yeah, without doubt.
Not necessarily. Well, it's always quite
it's a mini American
aesthetically looking. Yeah, it's nice, but what maybe capped it then was once you got in and drove.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably what it was. Yeah. Initially, all Vauxhalls and Fords followed the American market because they're all American owned, and so the designers built a mini American car. That was it. Yeah. And we all wanted to drive American cars. We all thought America was great. We all wanted to be American. When I was 6 and 7 year old at school and anything like that, we all wanted to be American. Now, it's the last thing you ever want to be, isn't it? But that was the case. And then when you got a car that looked like that, like a mini American car, that drove just beautiful compared to an Austin 10 or something, you'd cracked it, haven't you? You know? And that was it. People didn't realise they rotted so bad, of course, until they bought one. Too late then, isn't it? I don't know what else you've seen here that's interesting.
To be fair, we've got a real mixed bag again. We really have. There's a lovely Capri over there. There's a lovely little Polo. We've got a sprinkling. The little Speedster. Yeah, that's different, isn't it?
And it's not my thing at all, you know, as you well know, but I appreciate that.
You look a bit Tom Cruise-ish. Yeah, from a distance, like. Yeah, about a mile.
Cortina, of course.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got to mention a Cortina, haven't you? Not surely.
Yeah, Lotus Cortinas. Yeah, we've had a few of them just lately, haven't we? I just mentioned the Polo. Polo, low mileage little Polo. What a little sweetie that is.
I used to sell them well, didn't we?
Yeah.
But as we say with the Lotus Cortina, isn't there? There's 3,000 built, there's only 5,000 left.
I know.
And that was the problem with the Lotus Cortina. And we used to sell a lot of these, not actually Callista, but Lima, if you remember.
Yeah.
But you had to be deformed to drive them. You know, you had to have 6 foot legs and an 18-inch body. You know, because you couldn't drive it otherwise. You really couldn't. But
there appears to be a lot of 6 foot legged, 18-inch body people out there because they're popular, aren't they?
Yeah, fortunately. Yeah. But you don't buy them to ease of driving. You buy them to look at, don't you?
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know.
And a sprinkling of MGs. We always have a few MGs because you cannot fall off with an MG. You buy yourself a nice MG, B or MG Roadster, you cannot really go wrong. They are such good value for money. They are so user friendly. To be honest, I've said it so many times, but if you can't get on with an MGB, either a Roadster or a GT, there's a massive argument to say that the classic movement isn't for you because they are the most forgiving classic car. They are the easiest to run classic car. You can get anything for that car tomorrow morning. Ring up now today. Ring us today. Go on the internet, bang, press the button. It'll be here tomorrow morning. They are so user friendly. The club is great. The movement's great. You'll have a load of fun. And it's just easy, isn't it? They're just so easy. They
Very
really
forgiving
are.
car. What we used to say years ago, and a similar thing applies, but double it up now. You could put new brakes, new suspension and new steering on an MGB for 500 quid parts, plus your labour. You can probably double that now, £1,000. But it's still, when you think about it, I bet I wouldn't be far wrong, with full new brakes, full new steering, full new suspension, all for around about £1,000 to buy. labour on top of that, of course. I mean, how many cars, how many classic cars, how many cars full stop can you say that about? So incredible car. But the car of the show, Paul's there now. This is without a doubt, without question, the car of the show. No doubt about it whatsoever.
Just because it's an Allegro.
Have you been in here?
No, I haven't, but I walked past him the other day and I said to Jack, I said, I love them.
Look at that.
Yeah, I said, I love them. And he looked at me, he went, really? I went, yeah, I never did back in the day, but now...
No one did back in the day,
No,
did they?
but now, they're just... Yeah, I do. I genuinely love Princesses, Ambassadors, Allegros, yeah, Vanden Plas.
This is going to cause massive interest, especially being a 1500, special this one. But I was with her, I was down at a lovely show, as we all know, at Lodges on Sunday, and there was a guy there with the most beautiful 20,000 mile white Allegro base. And he said, you've got an Allegro in the next house? I said, yeah, we have. I said, he said, I've got one down there. I said, well, get yourself ready for it, because I want to go and have a look at yours, and I'll tell you that it won't be as good as the one we've got there. And I went and saw it, and to be actually honest, it was as good.
Was it?
You know, I'd have said, you know, if you had to rate this, bearing in mind it's an Allegro, you've got to understand it's an Allegro, so you've got to make some allowances. And I'd rate this car like 9 out of 10 because it's an Allegro. And then I saw his, and I said to him, I actually rate yours 9 out of 10, and this 8 out of 10. His was just so original and mint, and that it just had got the edge on this.
Pips it.
But this one, with 48 hours work on it, will be 9 out of 10, no question. Unbelievable car. And they actually drove nice. They were a nice car. They were a car that we all took the mickey out of. We wouldn't even jack them up. When they came out, it went all round the trade and that. Don't jack up an Allegro from one corner, nothing like that. Windscreen to pop out and all that sort of thing, because they've got crumple zone here. And so we were all scared to jack the damn thing up. You had to be sure that you jacked up both sides at the same time. Silly, isn't it, really? Because we were all waiting for that to pop out. But fortunately, it never did. But driving-wise, they were absolutely brilliant. Lovely car to drive. It's just a shame the way they look. They were the public didn't take to them. And the worst thing of all, they sent it out with a square steering wheel, and no one could get their head around that.
Yeah, fortunately, this one's got a round one.
Fortunately, it's got a round one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Was that an option then?
No, you had to have it. No, and then when they changed it, they decided that it was dangerous and they shouldn't have a square steering wheel. They brought them out with round ones, so everyone chucked the square one away and put a round one on. But that's the fact of the matter. Last tax at 1991.
Yeah.
Brilliant, isn't it?
There's a bit of tax due. Yeah, and some more
anyway,
bits.
Other than that, no.
Oh,
well,
Jack's
Bentley
and Jack mentioned the Scania earlier. Scania? He mentioned the cargo earlier. I'm looking at the Scania and thinking about the cargo. I know it's a tractor unit.
Fantastic.
We've obviously already discussed that.
Yeah.
But
Only one thing wrong with that.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of logic in flogging that old thing there that's going to cost us an arm and a leg, and keeping this.
Bloody right.
Not buying this. Not
yeah, you can drive it. Yeah, not a problem. But as far as cargos go, find another. And I know it's a tractor unit today. It might not be a tractor unit, mightn't it, next year? But today it's a tractor unit. But yeah, I mean...
There's only one thing, I know you lads, you two wouldn't agree because you look on it wagons a different way that I do, but the only downside of it, it's not a 7.5 tonner, or a 10 tonner, but you know, you could stretch this and turn it into a rigid...
That's what I'm saying, it's a tractor unit today, it might not be next year.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And...
how many Ks on it, Paul? There's nothing, is there?
2,000.
2,482.
2,400 Ks on there, yeah. About as near new as you're going to ever find, I would suggest a Scania. Done it again, cargo. Yeah. No, I can see you in that, Paul.
I couldn't.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do it. No, it's a lovely truck, isn't it?
Gracky.
I used to like driving out 10 tonner. Not that I went far in it, but I used to like it.
Yeah, you say that about it though, you know, tractor unit and 30 odd tonne and the rest of it. But for what we do now, and where we are, a lovely step frame trailer behind that is actually going to be more useful than the smaller motors that you were talking about, really.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, step frame out there. Yeah.
In fact, if you weren't going very far, the exhibition unit would look better behind it, personally. But,
yeah.
But yeah, I know that don't go down very well, does it?
Yeah. And we haven't got the stage set back up from the live event yet, but that's gonna happen. That'll all happen over the next few days, one thing or another. Are we?
Health and safety now, we've got our own fire engine, so we're okay.
Yeah, that's right. All we need now is a horse.
That meets most legislation, I would think. Bentley T1's amazing car, super bit of kit. And I looked around that Cobra yesterday. It's a DAX body with a 527 in it, manual gearbox. What a lovely car. Unusual colour, I know, but good looking thing. And that
have we got time to have a quick look in unit? Yeah, shall we have a look in? We've got another new unit here, guys. We finally managed to secure the unit next door to us as well. So we've got what we now relabeled as Unit 2. And then obviously we've got the big unit up there, we'll go in a minute. So we managed to get into Unit 2 about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
It's a level old girl.
That is a level old girl.
which we filled up in 3 or 4 days.
Which filled up straight away. Yeah. Yeah, Audi. Here's a Quattro as well. Yeah, it's it's a obviously a rep road car, but different. Yeah, very much different. Yeah, so it filled up fairly quickly in here. We purchased a load of the racking off the previous owners with view to using it some way, shape or form. We haven't actually got round to deciding what we're going to do with it yet, but I mean, at the very least, I suppose we could put motorbikes on it, couldn't we? If we're not going to put memorabilia on it, we could do same as Ron's got down at his place. We could put a lovely selection of bikes on there. But more importantly, here we've got a bit of a mixed bag, a bit of all sorts. Lovely low mileage MX-5s there, great. More MGBs, very usable. Porsche Boxers, we have loads of them. Again, really, really usable little summer car.
Lovely little thing, little rarity, a little J-type naffy van.
Yeah.
There it is, a catering van, basically. Use it for what you like. It's basically a naffy van. But what an attraction. Absolutely lovely to see.
Yeah, you could turn that into a money-making business, couldn't you?
Couldn't miss with that.
Entry-level Targa car. If you fancy having a go at that, our lads do a little bit of that. We've got them as well. Have you got a Targa car at the moment?
No, the old Mazda's conked.
Oh, is it?
Oh, no, Charlie killed it.
Now we have a couple of bits and pieces, but entry-level Targa car, a very unusual barn find there with a red Sierra Cosworth. Now they were produced in very small numbers. I can't remember now. I think it was something like 15 or 20 in red. It was very small numbers anyway. In actual fact, is a right solid car that. Pardon, Paul? Yeah, there's some bits at the back that go with it. There's the correct set of wheels. Look how straight that is. There's the correct airbox to go with it. And there's the correct wheels to go with it. We've photographed all the numbers and everything inside. A little bit of shrinkage on a couple of door cards. Other than that, dead straight and honest. Yeah, what an interesting project. That's the sort of thing that would have gone galactic during the COVID times. As we touched on earlier on in the video. Unfortunately, everything has sort of settled again now. But still, if you're going to restore one, you're going to have one, you might as well have arguably the rarest one you're ever going to get is the red one.
I think it'll still make big money, won't it?
It'll still do okay. Yeah, it'll still do well.
And you're standing next to one of the best XJ12s that you'll come across, I think.
I saw you spending some time around that.
Absolutely lovely. Smells right, feels right. Sweet engine, beautiful thing there. Unfortunately, we're anti-V12s and V8s, aren't we, in this country, which is a shame, really. But that we shouldn't be. No, it's got an unburstable engine, lovely colour, gorgeous
a little bit
interior.
of paint around this window.
Yeah, I know. Both. It's got 2 bits like that round there. Both. But drive will outdrive a Rolls-Royce Shadow. It really will for everyday use. Just jazz them about. Beautiful. Yeah, it's got a few bits and pieces around both windows. And
Zodiac.
of course the old Zodiac. Yeah, I mean
convertible Zodiac.
I know. We were talking about aftermarket fins earlier on. You could buy fins on the internet. I was going to say internet in newspaper adverts to stick on any car, and they used to buy them to fit on these.
Right, okay.
So you could buy a fin that fitted from
up
there
here
to there. Yep.
Yeah.
No, not quite as bad as that. No, it would come about this high, just flipped over a little bit like that. Again, we're back to the American thing. We all wanted to drive American-style cars.
That's a pretty car, isn't it?
Overdrive on this one, by the looks of it. Yeah, it's a pretty car, big money car, always big money, always going to be wanted. The ultimate rock and roll car.
Lovely.
Simple as that.
Yeah, it's a nice car, that. Yeah, it is a nice car. Look at that.
Aquaplane.
Lovely, yeah.
Yeah. It's on triples as well, this, look.
Oh, triple, yeah. How about that? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Aquaplane head. Yeah, that's unusual, isn't it? They've done conversions like that. Also, that racing firm down at down the A1, what are they called? I can't remember what they were called now. But aquaplane stuff was quite rare. That is very, very rare and very, very desirable. That.
You know, look in the paperwork. Whoever set them up and balanced them's got the hang of it.
Has he really? Is it sweet?
Lovely. Yeah, lovely.
He's worked out how that happens then.
That is absolutely lovely, isn't it? Really.
Grand, isn't she?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, lovely engine. Them sweeter than that.
Shadows. I still love a shadow. I think that's lovely. That.
Good shadow.
Yeah, a good shadow.
They've come back on strong, haven't they? The old shadows.
They're a lot of car, aren't they?
They're a lot of car. Not doing what the Bentley does, but I can understand that. They're a little bit too ostentatious, I think, for most people's taste. But they are value for
And
money.
she's sitting up nice and proud. Look.
Yeah.
She's not, they tend to slouch a bit when they've had a little bit of wear, haven't they? But no, she's sat up.
Can't think what it's called. It's Queen's colour, isn't it? It's it looks black. It's actually mulberry, like really dark.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I learned something giving me that.
That's
Is that
what
right?
she has. Yeah. Yeah. Jim Faulkner had one a while back, exactly the same, and that sort of colour. And yeah, it's actually ever so deep maroon, and that's what the royalty.
Oh, even close to there, you'd be convinced it was black, wouldn't you?
Lovely. Other than that,
Lotus Sunbeam, lovely little car.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
rarity.
done a nice video on that. That's worth checking out on our website.
Is it?
Didn't
Is it
have
a Lotus
chance.
Sunbeam?
Yeah, didn't have chance to drive it. But as far as Lotus Sunbeams go,
Well, you're the expert at picking these up, aren't you?
not a bad. Yeah, I know.
You picked two up, didn't
mentioned
you?
that.
And by didn't they make good money?
They did.
And apparently the one now that's been restored apparently is amazing.
Oh yeah, it's
Absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah, cracking car. Yeah, they spent some time on that.
What's this going to achieve, you know?
I don't know what it's got on the sheet, to be fair. No, I don't. I didn't
Tidy
look.
money though, wouldn't it? It'll do 20 something.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Corrado, I would say one of the nicest Corrados, and we've had a lot of Corrados. I would say one of the nicest, straightest Corrados that we've had in recent years. A right nice little car that.
I
Come
wonder
from a
why
really good
they
home.
didn't do it like the Scirocco did. I wonder why that was.
Oh, sudden?
The Scirocco done tremendous business, didn't it? The Scirocco.
And the Corrado
really
never,
sort of-
yeah.
Well, it didn't really, did it? Not really, you know.
I don't know why that is. Like you say, we could sell Scirocco's just like that, couldn't we? Especially the what they called Scalas, the white
Scalas
ones,
and that,
Scalas,
yeah,
the
limited
white
edition
and blue
ones.
and limited edition runs.
But these just didn't
Yeah, the
really
Corrado,
take
yeah.
off, did they? Somehow, I don't know. Maybe they were too expensive. I
maybe did.
I looked around this old Land Rover the other day. What a straight old motor this
Isn't
is.
it just?
Oh,
Yeah.
what a level old car.
No, I know. No, if you want a really straight level Land Rover, we've locked
my
everything
word.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Little old 2 1/4. Really nice.
And before we leave the building, I would say one of the nicest little MR2s you're going to find. Low mileage MR2. Drove down last Saturday to us. As nice a MR2 as you're going to find, I would say. A real pretty little car. Certainly worth coming to see is that.
Surely they're going to go up in
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you? You would think so.
that sort of condition.
I mean, they're such a usable little car, aren't they?
Great, aren't they?
Drove 150 mile or more, which is obviously nothing for that, to us the other Saturday. And right nice guy, and he got out and done the paperwork and stuff. He's just, as he walked away, so I just hope I don't regret it. And I couldn't really argue, really.
Comforting.
No, what can you say? Yeah, I'm stood there thinking, well, yeah.
It's
I know.
strange, isn't it? When people say to us, they say to me all the time, what's going to be the future classic? I don't know. I don't know what to answer. I really don't. I generally say what we've got now is what we're going to wind up with the exception of a few bits and pieces, probably Japanese, that you can't even think of. And there it is. That's one of them. That's a car that will absolutely, definitely grow into money, no question about it. And same as the Corrado we were just talking about.
Yeah, should
same
do,
thing.
Yeah, should do. Lots of other Defenders and Range Rovers and lots of soft tops about, guys. Lots of everything, really. Yeah, lots of everything. The ratio's just changed slightly this last couple of sales. We've got some more space, so obviously we've filled it. So there's an extra 50 cars or so just dotted about here, inside and outside that building. So yeah, there's arguably more cars. Oh, there's your TR6 going, look. Arguably more cars coming under the
break
hammer.
off, I think, because I've
than
got
ever.
something for that.
I missed that, sorry.
He's got a break off, he's got something for it.
Oh, okay, right, okay.
All spots up, hello.
Oh yeah, that's lovely.
Lovely truck that.
Yeah, that is.
Lovely,
If I think I'll be right in saying if we hadn't already gone out and purchased a couple of race trucks, I think we would have converted that, wouldn't we?
I would seriously be looking at trying to get a car in the back. Well, you would get a car in the back. You wouldn't be trying. You would get a car in the back.
Hello, mate.
It's a lovely, lovely rig, isn't it?
That is a lovely
hood cover and a tonneau to go with.
Lovely inside.
But it's down at the other side.
Lovely inside.
I know.
Lovely. I'll tell you what amazed me.
Get it.
You can't smell horses. Just about every horse
Really
box
wants to
you get
go
in,
with
you
it, doesn't
obviously you smell horses. I couldn't. Yeah.
You know where you're going?
Don't bother me anyway. I love horses, but there you go.
I've got to get a tonneau and a hood cover for this guy, so.
Oh, okay. All right then.
So I'll have to love and leave you
We'll
for a minute or two.
we'll have a quick walk up around Unit 3 and we'll catch you later.
Righto. Sorry,
Right.
mate.
Father's just
Well,
got
I've
to
got to
break
go
off
and
and
get it
just sort one of the transport guys out there. He's just got some extra bits that they've got to go with that TR6, which incidentally has been in his collection for, 40 years.
40 years.
40 years. Yeah, 40 years. I think the last time we used the car for, for any purpose was when Pottersbury International Show, and I was only this high. You'd have been that high. Can you remember?
I can't ever remember that running.
We took that XK150, my little BSA Bantam, I think we still got, and something else. I can't think. We took 3 or 4 to Pottersbury. Oh, Dad's Rover 12, the one that won sort of Rover of the nicest Rover in the world or whatever. And I ran round the show field on my little BSA Bantam, bop, as we've still got. And obviously they showed the other cars. So a bit of everything in the yard again. Still got 1 or 2 coming through. Everything from a Nissan Patrol that we used to run, didn't we, as family, as kids. We used to have loads of Nissan Patrols. The odd petrol, but mainly the straight 6 diesel. Mahindra Jeep. They're unusual bit of kit. I know, but they're unusual. They're unusual. There's something for everyone. Series Land Rover, that's nice. I know. I've just done a couple of a video, should I say, on the Cavalier. They're a lovely old car.
Why? But I'm lured to that.
I think it's because it is so straight and colour. That's the 2 things I think that draw you to it.
I think you're probably right.
And I think I said in the video, I think that's worth a coat of paint. That car.
Yes.
I do.
Definitely.
Again, if you fancy going down the beach, we've got a beach buggy for you. Fancy going away on holiday, then we've got a couple of caravans kicking about. And then what we've now sort of relabeled as Unit 3. So Unit 3 is...
we had that running the other day, that yellow thing, Lamborghini.
Oh, did you? Oh yeah, this is different. Can I have a look at this? Yeah.
We did get it started, managed to get in the boot on it.
One of my all-time favourite colours. I love that colour.
Yeah, there. We didn't run it for long, it's low on oil and things.
Yeah,
like
look at that.
But we did manage to get it cranked up.
So it run.
So I've done a video. It runs. Yes.
That's different, isn't it?
Somebody broke the bonnet boot release. So
yeah, I saw that.
Take the back panel off and get
right.
it.
Yeah. If it runs okay, then fair dues, I suppose. But
we had it started straight up.
Did it? Yeah, I suppose there's no need to change it if you don't have to. But if you put like a Motex ECU system on it or whatever it might be, which I'm sure you can, done away with all the unnecessary electronics and just went back to basics, literally basics, lights, wipers, washers, start. Get rid of all that jazz, all that rubbish and all the rest of it. Yeah. Well, you'd have a car that looks like £200,000, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
For 50. I mean, they're fairly timeless, aren't they?
Really, but it's a hell of a thing, isn't it? I appreciate it. Would I want it? Not really, not me, but.
The thing is with something like that though, Paul, get that, all prepped up, looking nice, obviously, correct everywhere, refurbish this, do that, paint that, basically taunts the life out of it. That car, most people would value that car at £200,000 plus, wouldn't they?
Forever
Yeah,
more.
exactly.
Yeah,
it's bedroom wall, isn't it? Poster. And I know it wants a load of tinkering with and all the rest of it, but
It's a supercar, isn't it?
I'll be amazed if that doesn't cause a bit of attention. Yeah, and I know it wants a load of stuff. I know that. And then, where do we start in here? A bit of all sorts in here. Yeah, the Citroen there, they're one of my favourites. I've got to own one of them at some point. I'm not quite ready for it yet, but I've got to. Yeah, Mark, we've got, I think, 2 Mark ones, but if maybe that one sold, I'm not sure.
No, that one's just coming in.
Right.
Again, a bit of a project, both of them. That one's got a correct thing with rocks flowing, I think. This one's stalled project, on with putting a Cosworth lump in there, look. So he's got most of the bottom bit prepped and done, I think. Ready now for the next guy. Yeah, fiberglass, yeah. Won't go rusty though.
No, won't rust.
Yeah, so up to the next guy.
Well, someone's going to want
that in.
Someone's going to want a project for winter.
There it is. Fantastic, isn't it?
Put it in the
Solid.
shed.
Yeah, yeah.
Someone's missus will buy that for them so they know where they are. Keep them in the shed all winter.
Yeah. Couple more TR6s, look.
You skip the Raider. Don't see many Raiders.
No, you don't. No,
I know it's not your era. That's my era, really. I used to run them. I had a Raider. But you don't get, there wasn't, I don't know, I've never been into how many were made and all that palaver with different things, but a limited number of Raiders. So you won't find many Raiders, that's for sure.
You won't. No. Jag looks a nice car.
Yeah, lovely car. Lovely car. Right. I know Father was on about the XJ in there just now, the gold one. Personally,
that's the car.
That's the car. That is the car.
In that colour.
In that colour, exactly. With that spec, but even down to roof as well, look.
Lovely car.
Yeah, that is a right bonny car, that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that. Bit of all sorts again. Commercials, we do a lot of commercials. Great for advertising. Get your company name on the side of there, whatever it may be.
I rate this old car, you know.
You like that, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's an S as well. Is it an S?
Yeah, twin carblet.
Oh, yeah.
No, single carblet. No, I think she's just badged up.
Badged up as an S, is it?
No.
Usable.
Looks a real genuine user-friendly old thing.
Usable. Another supercar. Lotus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another bedroom wall poster car.
Yeah, well, they were, weren't they?
Make me smile every time I look at them. You cannot look at a Fiat 500 without having a little bit of a smile, can you? Yeah. You can't. Lovely little thing, that. Yeah. Great little thing. The big Mercs. XJs, again, we offered 20 of those a week and say yes to one every 3 weeks, honestly, XJs. 20 a week, yeah. And sadly have to decline most of them for either overvalue or poor condition or a mixture of both. Yeah, sadly. The big Merc, again, not everyone's cup of tea, the big Mercs, but by they don't half look good value to me, they really do. Yeah, lovely big car. Both of them obviously slightly later model there and an earlier model behind you. Yeah, stop me and buy one. There you go. It says back in 5 minutes. It's got a thing there. Back in 5 minutes.
I waited and waited.
I don't know who's doing that.
Surely this sort of thing in time is going to become a little more desirable than they are now. Surely.
Yeah, I suppose you'd think so, wouldn't you? For what it is, for one of these, it's a right clean little car. Cheap for what they are, really.
That's what I mean. It's daft, isn't it? 4-seater.
Cheap, really. I know. It's just whether they're... Oh, yeah.
When do you last drive an Astra and think that this is awful?
No.
They're great.
It's just, I know it's a shame. They're just with a lot. They're just not different enough, are they? But I know it's a shame, isn't it? Very low mileage. The Z there. Real low mileage car. Don't think you'll find another one with that sort of mileage on. That's worth looking at. It is. Metro Turbo. Oh, yeah. Little Metro Turbo. Oh, God, that's a straight little car as well, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, Metro Turbo. Yeah, that'll create some interest. Minis, how many minis do you want? How many minis do you want? What colour would you like? Yeah. What colour, what model? We must have, I don't know, 20 minis around, mustn't we? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a row there. We must have 20 minis knocking around. I think we've cornered the mini market. Arguably, I think one of the nicest classic cars ever. Oh, yeah. P5B. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I love these. I think they're great, them. Absolutely lovely. Especially in that colour. Yeah, what a lovely car. They are, aren't they? They're just a lovely thing.
They are.
You can't help but like them, can you?
And you certainly can't when you nip around the block in them.
Oh, oh, lovely little car. Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, brilliant little car. R32, very low mileage R32 in from Japan. Yeah, that'll do quite well. The big BMW, again, nice ones, because most of them aren't, but nice smart ones. Should do okay. Pardon? It does, it wants the bottom, it wants below the moulding on both sides. Yeah, it does, yeah.
A70?
Yeah, I know. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's a lot of car for the money. Look, another couple of boxes. And then the BMW. Now, the BMW actually didn't find a home at our live event, which I know it's a little bit unusual. I know they are. But it did go down to our live event. Tells you a little bit about the car there. Now, we transported 38 out of the 45 cars down to our live event. This one actually we brought back on tray plates, and I can't remember who got out of it, but whoever got out of it said, that is a lovely car. That drives so nice, that car. And look at that. I mean, that again, it's quite futuristic, isn't it? Really. I mean, it's before its time, really. Yeah, yeah, before its time. And again, dead sensible on the money, that. That really should have found a home at the live event. I'll be amazed if it doesn't find a home at this one.
Should do.
Yeah, Capris, bless him, who doesn't like a Capri? Everything, isn't there? You know, everything from a two-seater sports car to a four-seater saloon to a four-wheel drive to a Land Rover to a sports car, you name it, to a caravan. We try and have a complete mixed bag, and I'm pleased to say we've got another mixed bag. So we start the viewing period from the 27th, which is the Tuesday, only because it's Bank Holiday Monday. So we're, next week, I know it's here. So we're away doing another little road show up at Knockhill this weekend. So we're back and we'll hit the ground running on Tuesday.
Crawling.
Well, yeah, exactly, slow pace, and build up to a run by about dinner time. So Tuesday, the 27th, is the opening period. That's where it begins. Come down. Please park out the way, park sensibly, don't block any entrances, la 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 la. Go down to the office, sign in, get your high-vis on, and you can have a wander about. If there's anything you're not sure of, ask the staff. If you're particularly interested in something, they'll start it for you. But I might as well tell you now, what we won't do is start that. You have a rough idea whether you want a Porsche Boxster or a Mini Cooper, I would think. But not a problem. They'll put the battery leads back on and they'll fire something up for you. And we'll try and answer as many questions as we can, including transport, I don't know, everything, you name it. So that happens from Tuesday. So hopefully we're going to have a good weekend. Hopefully you will as well, guys. It's Bank Holiday, isn't it? And we'll catch you next week when you come down for your viewing.